Hello everyone, and Jim here. We are back for another Axis and Allies video. Last time we did the Vietnam War with my buddy Sam. Now this time we are going to be revolving around South America. I set these guys up because, you know, South America, it's all neutral, and I just want to do something with it. But now because South America is really low on economics, or money, as you can see right there, South America is being represented by the World War I German symbol, or flag. I'm going to give them 3 turns to build up their navy and army and whatever, and go and start from there, just like I did with Vietnam. But because they started out with more money than Vietnam, I'm giving them 3 instead of 5. So that is it. I'll see you guys after the 3rd turn, and then we will get started. Alright, South America has just finished their 3 turns of preparation. And as you can see, the majority of the income was put towards more navy, and we purchased a couple of artillery and land forces. But because we have a decent amount starting off, I don't feel the need that we'll need that much. Alright, so keeping things secret, I'll see you guys after South America commences their first active round. Alright, South America just completed their first turn. Now over here in South America, we obviously moved a couple troops. We moved the artillery from Chile to Argentina, and Argentina up to Brazil. Then we moved troops from Venezuela over here to Colombia, and of course we secured our sea zones with 2 submarines, as well as we purchased another submarine. Then this is where the war really kicks in, taking this oil chip from France. Now France only has these 2 oil chips, so if you saw my explanation video, I will be representing the oil with the dice. These square dice, which I have more right here. So South America currently has $1, so they have the oil advantage. However, because now France only owns 1, they do not have the advantage, and they need both of these in order to get it. Obvious first choice attacking for South America. But because they took a French territory that had an oil chip on it, France now declares war on South America. And thus, our first scenario begins. Now, why did I do this? Well, for one thing, when Sam was here, one of his favorite countries to play is France. But because playing the regular game, France gets taken out in the first turn. Because France goes last, they're always guaranteed to not go there until they're liberated by Allied forces. And because I had South America set up, I wanted to do something with South America. So there are French units in Africa, which is right next to South America. So what better way to include Sam's favorite with something that I want to do? And so, boom, there we go. And then this opens up to multiple more nations coming in later on, for say like the UK or America being a most likely candidate. But yeah, the UK will really depend on whether France can hold out with a navy, and if they can't, well then that might go that. So this might turn into an entire Atlantic Navy war, which is something that'll be really fun to do. And no, this will not begin World War III, because obviously if we're going to start World War III, Russia has to be involved, or some sort of communist country. But right now, South America, I don't know what they are. They're just a country that I wanted to do something with. Again, this is not historically accurate in any way. This is just a perfect example of doing something that you can do with this map. So, now that war is declared, France has now a turn to respond to South America's actions. Alright, France has responded in probably the best way they could so far. So starting off in Africa, we are obviously keeping this guy here to at least defend the last oil refinery that France has, because the infantry here is very threatening. And then in northern, we obviously moved more infantry up here because why not defend our borders. And down here, we took out the first submarine in Sea Zone 87, giving us a clear pathway to get down to South Africa to help aid in what's going on here, because obviously we can't go through the Sahara Desert. So for right now, we're just working on our navy. We got more destroyers to help deal with those submarines and obviously transports, but we are not at the point yet to where we can really transport troops down yet. So that's the start of it. And the UK is probably not going to get involved until like this ship gets taken out, or if France really is in desperate need of help. And America, I don't know how I'm really going to involve America. I mean, I'm guessing because these troops are here, because obviously America is pressured because South America is at war with their allies. So I'm thinking of just like protecting their sea zones for right now, but I don't really want them to get involved just yet, because I want France to do more than just, because I want France to show themselves as being a power, and without the desperate need of always needing help from its allies. So I'm just gonna do a French South American for right now, but if it really gets desperate, I'm gonna start getting more infantry in there. So that's the end of round one, and I will see you guys in round two. Alright, South America is on the complete offensive right now. First of all the units in South America have been moved into Brazil and are still resting on Colombia. We decided to take these two submarines going there. It was a complete failure, so one of them retreated here. But then, because France also moved the destroyer from Madagascar over to here, so we sent the cruiser over here to destroy it, because that was a potential threat to our transports, and they ended up killing each other. So the plan was for the cruiser to destroy there, then go back here, and then get the transports back over here. But it looks like we're just gonna have to get the transports back to South America as fast as possible, so that that they're safer. Because right now they're in a sketchy situation and they can easily be taken out here. But now I don't know if France is gonna do that, because their southern flank has been wiped out. So all that's left is these two and whatever is sitting in France right now. But I see them coming in here, taking out these transports, and just keeping the sea zone safe. Because over here in land, took the two tanks that were here, went through and took this, and wiped out the infantry here. So now South America has 1.5 oil. So they're only one oil chip away from getting $2 bonus, which is actually kind of huge, considering that the Navy is expensive. But as of right now, every French territory in mid-Africa is now owned by South America. So I can also see them getting Britain involved, not only attacking their cruiser, but by invading this oil chip here in order to get to this neutral oil chip there and possibly there. No, they're just surrounded by oil right now. So they can go either way. And if France doesn't seem too much of a threat, well then they just might do that. But for now, we're going to sit tight here and really concentrate on the French. But I see them going through there and just trying to take this out. So And yeah, so France is in a tricky situation. They lost all their oil refinery chips. So now it's really just a matter of fighting in the Atlantic, or in like the South Atlantic. So let's see how this goes out. Alright, I am seeing a lot of blue. As you can see, we took these two destroyers down here, easily wiped out the submarine as well as the transports, because the submarine couldn't submerge, otherwise it would have just flat out destroyed the transports. And we brought the Navy from South France over to here, as well as the submarine, and put it over there. And we did a landing over in West Africa and took out the tank, lost 1 infantry, but it was well worth it for the oil. And now we just push in, and now South America just got really hit hard with this Navy warfare. France is actually doing really well. As you can see, I'm starting to... I retreated back the one from Morocco. I'm going to keep this guy here, but this is probably what I should have done before. Is I'm just going to take these 3 guys and I'm just going to bring them in this way. It's going to be a long journey. Hell, we might even take this back by the time that these 3 even get here. But yeah, France is actually doing really well for themselves. Now I know that South America started off more with a land force more than a navy, but now that the income, they're kind of close right now. As you can see, there they are. So South America has money now, and they still have the oil bonus, so they could come back from this, but that really all depends. So this is actually going to end it for this episode. I'm not going to do it one like I did with Vietnam, because Vietnam, it was just like right in here, not very distant from itself. But over here, it's like we're talking about these two way far apart. So this is going to be in multiple parts. I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but leave a like if you enjoyed. And obviously, leave a comment down below giving your thoughts and opinions on this scenario. And also leaving that like for this scenario, because this is turning out to be a pretty fun one. And subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next one.